If you ever watched Seinfeld, you might remember George's dad celebrating Festivus. It's a holiday all about airing grievances. Well, after 30 years of teaching, I think it's time for me to have my own Festivus moment. As we begin the new year, I'd like to share with you the top 3 things that frustrate me, the most as a teacher. I've been on countless committees, seen the resources, and witnessed the effort that goes into supporting our students. The teachers here at our school, including myself, come from the same cultural background. And some of us come from similar communities. And so we know firsthand what it takes to succeed. But here's the problem. It's not about the equity or resources. It's about the absence of motivation. Society loves to blame the system, pointing to a lack of resources or cultural identity. But I see something else. Because we've poured so much money into this community, it's created a sense of entitlement. Everything is handed to them, and incentives are thrown at them for just showing up to school. There's no drive to work towards something meaningful. It's frustrating because I know what these kids are capable of. But motivation isn't something you can pour money into. It has to come from within. Until we address this mindset of entitlement, no amount of funding or resources will truly make a difference. Another issue that bothers me is the minimal parent involvement. It's frustrating to see parents show up for the fun events like Halloween parades or Christmas performances. But then they skip parent conferences or any other opportunity to discuss their child's progress. Education is a partnership, and if we're not working together, it's the kids who lose. Then there's homework. Too often, parents take their child's word that it's done without actually checking it. I hear they told me they finished it. But my question is, did you actually check it? I'm also not your child's personal assistant. Too often, I've been asked to write their child's homework in their homework agenda on a daily basis. Accountability starts at home, and when it doesn't, it becomes another obstacle in a child's life. And I can't ignore this, the excuse of a language barrier. I get it. Language can be a challenge, but we live in a time where resources are everywhere. Translators, apps, even our own school support systems. Using the language barrier isn't a reason not to help your child succeed. That doesn't hold up anymore. When I look at our school data, it's hard not to be discouraged. Over 60% of our K through second grade students are not meeting grade level standards. These are their foundational years when kids learn to read and build the skills they'll need for the rest of their education. What am I to do as a fourth grade teacher if these students have not developed their foundational skills? If we are failing at this stage, what does this say about the partnership between home and school? It's a combined effort. Teachers can't do this alone. Kids need their parents to step up. And last, let's talk about behavior. I get it. Parenting is tough. I'm a parent of 2 boys, and I know how hard it is to set boundaries. But here's the reality. We can't be our children's best friends. Our job is to make those tough decisions, whether it's limiting cell phone use, cutting back on video games, and enforcing bedtime. And yes, sometimes our kids may hate us, but that's okay. It's a part of teaching them discipline, responsibility, and respect. Here's where it gets frustrating for me as a teacher. I'm here to teach academics, not behavior. Yet, too often, I'm the one reinforcing those basic skills because they aren't reinforced at home. When a child walks into my classroom and argues, disrupts, and refuses to follow directions, it doesn't just affect their learning, it impacts the entire class. What makes this even harder is when parents don't take the responsibility for their child's behavior. If I bring up an issue, I sometimes hear excuses instead of solutions. But teaching respect and accountability isn't optional. It's a foundation that starts at home. Parent and teaching are a partnership. I want every child to succeed, but I can't do it alone. It starts with setting those boundaries and expectations at home so I can focus on what I'm here to do, which is teach. After 30 years of teaching, these frustrations still linger, but so does my commitment to making a difference. Here's to a new year where we can all work together.